Hi there and welcome back to Tour with Shailesh. It's been a while since we connected, thanks to Corona, but then it's high time we got out of it as well. So here I am with the latest video, and it's going to be a series. The requests have been piling on for the fresh videos, and it couldn't have been a better one at this hour. Today we're going to talk about healing. It has become a necessity for us to find ways and means to heal ourselves and to find the right path towards wellness. And I'm here to speak to the healer. His name is Yogi Shivam, and he is a master healer. Let me take you through an interesting journey of healing with Yogi Shivam. So Guruji, what is a disease?
Namaste. Disease is a disturbance of our natural state of existence. Everybody is in perfect harmony with Mother Nature. I mean the law of nature. So it's like a newborn baby. Baby is well in tune with Mother and Mother Nature. So we are also having that harmony of existence. When any problem happens with that harmony, we call it dis-ease. Otherwise it is functioning at ease. Now we have dis-ease.
So Guruji, what is healing and what are the different types of healing that we have?
There are many reasons for disease. So we should find where the problem starts. There we have to rectify that issue. Actually, as I told you before, everybody is at ease. It's like a shining lamp, but the glass is covered with some kind of dirt. So the light is not coming out. That state is called disease. So what do we have to do? Just remove that dirt. Then it will be shining as in a natural way. So basically we have 5 ways of getting disease. Any problem happens with the food, water, heat, air and sleep. So we have to have a quality and quantity of food, quality and quantity of water intake, and quality and quantity of exercise to maintain the body heat, which we call Jadaragni. Then there must be a harmony and quality of breath intake, exhale and inhale. Then when we make these 4 elements comfortable and harmonized, we will have a quality sleep. These 5 elements work in harmony. There is ease at body machine. If something goes wrong with any one of these elements, body machine cannot function at ease, which is called disease. So we should find out the reason and rectify according to the law of nature.
Your expertise lies in natural healing. Could you tell us more about it?
Actually, that term natural healing is wrong. Nature doesn't want to heal anything because it's already healed. That is the perfect way of manifestation. If something goes wrong with that manifestation, which we have to rectify, is called disease. So healing is happening when the problem is eliminated. Once the problem is eliminated, the natural existence, the effulgence will be coming over there. That is what is called healing.
In India, traditionally, we have had myths, stories and traditions in curing diseases. Could you tell us more in detail as to where it stands today and whether we have lost out on it?
If somebody gets a problem, maximum we can go to hospital. In Ayurveda and Siddha Veda, dosha and kopa means disturbance. Naga means that is the form of a symbol of energy flow. Now we learn in physics, energy can travel only in wave pattern. Earlier, thousands of years ago, when masters discovered this, they want to symbolize it from nature. They saw the perfect wave movement is a snake. So they recognized or they symbolized that as 2 snakes combining each other and coming with one hood, which is called the Naga Deva. Actually that is the reality or faculty which is in our body. Mooladharastu Brahmarandra Padyandam Sushupna Surya Abha Tandu Sukshma Kundalini. Kundalini means the stored energy, natural potential within, but it is activating through 2 different nerves, solar nerve and lunar nerve. That energies are passing, interchanging 5 ways, coming with one hood from the root chakra to the crown. So that is called or symbolized as a Naga. From Indian mythology, it is taken to Greek philosophy or Greek mythology. From Greek mythology, modern science took it as a symbol of health. This Naga is actually having in our body. From our coccyx to the brain, we have these two nerves, solar nerve or masculine and feminine. So the feminine nerves are being controlled by one section of our brain, right brain. Right brain is representing unity with the cosmic reality. But left brain is controlling our right side, masculine action is always talking about utility. See the opposites. Right brain is saying that everything is one. Left brain is saying that no, I am alone. So this unity and utility is having a clash, but a perfect harmony also. When we understand this, the combination of two opposites, two snakes will take the right form. When that form is taken, body machine is functioning at ease. If it is being disturbed due to any cause, it is called disease. So how we can heal it? Mind is the real player, because mind is manifesting through the muscle. The problem is happening in the muscle or manifesting in the muscle. That is why yoga masters are explaining like this. Indriyanam manonadha manonadastu maruda. Means your body is being controlled by mind. Mind is being controlled by prana. So learn pranayama. How strong and rhythmic your breath is, then almost 99% problem can be healed from within. That is the technology of healing.
So Guruji, Indian tradition actually has a very enviable history. Today, unfortunately, general medicine has taken over, and the traditional medicines or the Indian medicine or the Indian ways of healing have taken a backseat. How do we educate the population today in terms of bringing back the Indian culture and rekindling the strengths of Indian medicine?
The master is the mind. Without attending the mind, no healing is possible. This is what our masters declared. Yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. Arrest the functions of your mind and get control over that. Then the whole world is within your control. Your world is not manifesting as it is. Shankaracharya very clearly mentioned that. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. Your reality within is the only truth. The external world which you experience as this universe is mithya. It's an illusion. Because the external world is read in our mind only through the functions of our hormones. Just for example, if you are very happy, how the chemistry happens, you can analyze it. The pituitary or pineal gland will be activated when you are in a good mood. But if you are furious, we can come to know your adrenal gland is activated. When adrenaline mixes up in your blood, you are furious. When opioids from the pineal gland mix up in the blood, you will be in a fantastic mood. According to your mood, the external world will change. So where the creation is happening within. When we are in sound sleep, when sufficient serotonin is in our body, this external world is vanished. We are in a different world. So like that, external world is being manifested in the different dimension of your mind. Get control over that. If you can maintain our consistency means the harmony between mind and body. The union between mind and body is called yoga. Yoga is only a simple union, connection. So we should train our mind to be connected with the body.
Two of India's strengths, yoga and Ayurveda, have gone global now. But it still hasn't seen the light of the day in terms of the kind of reach which it should be getting. What do you think should be the approach to promote yoga and Ayurveda?
This is what is said to the world by Swami Vivekananda. Shruti, Yukti, Anubhava. Shruti means from different sources you can hear, you can get the knowledge. Then Yukti, put for your reason. Don't believe in anything. Just go through proper analysis through your intellect. Once it is convinced, then bring it into practice. As a daily responsibility, everybody should do this essence of Ayurveda and Siddhaveda. through yoga. I am asking only 24 minutes from a day, and maybe 5 days a week, 2 days we can just leave it. Practice this, bring it into our daily life. Be a model of eternal liberation. If a person changes in a house, that house will feel the energy. If one house changes, it will affect a village. If villages are changing, it will affect society. When societies are changing, the whole world will change. This is the message. So the responsibility of an individual from our masters. Change yourself, then make the whole world change.
Guruji, as I see, there are two sets of people today. One who are normal, and the others are the deceased. For those who are normal, they can imbibe whatever you have just said and start practicing it to have a normal life, or in today's terms, get into a habit of wellness. But for those who are already deceased and are in different stages of the diseases, is there a cure or a relief that can be looked at from natural ways of healing?
There are two types in our society. One is Swastha and Adura. Swastha means healthy people. They need some practices for prevention. And other people are already having or suffering from many problems. For them, we need external support like hospitals. So we should find exactly where or which level the disease is. For that, we need expert guidance. These people should consult an expert and find out where they are or which level the disease is. Then external support should be applied, make them understand how to bring their inner potential back to normal. These two people or the two sections of society must be aware of this Swastha Vrta and Adura Vrta. Swastha by yourself. Adura means get the initial instructions from an experienced person.
So that was an interesting insight from Yogi Shivan about a lot of aspects. We came to talk about healing, how we can use the strength of nature to heal ourselves. And we traverse through various avenues within that mainstream to understand how a normal person can benefit from natural healing, and also those who are already deceased. This surely establishes the fact that the traditional medicines which have been curated and practiced over the centuries is effective even today. It's only a question of getting back to it. Do you want to accept the proven traditional Indian medicine or live on drugs is a question which you have to think about. So thank you so much, Guruji, for your insightful thoughts, and I'm sure this will tickle the minds of many to think more. As I mentioned earlier, this is the first in the series on healing and wellness. There'll be more topics. We'll be talking about Indian tradition as well and the traditional practices that we have had over the centuries. Do like, share, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button to get the notifications on time. This is Shailesh signing off from Tour with Shailesh. Bye-bye.